This video was filmed and edited by Bartlett Production. Alright everyone, I'm really excited about doing this tattoo. It's going to be a black and gray portrait of a shark, and I really love doing animals, so let's go ahead and get started. Pretty good. How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Let me show you what I got going on.
Alright, man. Excited.
Yeah, so this is kind of what I was thinking. We could do a bunch around, like editing on it, make it more dramatic, you know?
Okay.
And then, we'll just do that. We'll kind of like put some background, like shade into it too.
I really like that angle too. So I was thinking because
Because it's going up your leg.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that too, because a lot of them are coming from the side or whatever, and it's good for like here or something or here, you know. But I was trying to think about that angle as well.
I dig that, man. That was sweet.
So I got like a big kind of one printed out. I don't know if that's kind of size we're thinking or what. And maybe we can just try to hold it up to your leg first. And what do you think about that size, man? Like, pretty rad.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's hard for me to see from back here, but if it fits nice.
Yeah, if you want, I could grab a mirror. But basically, it just goes from like here to here. It wraps a little bit, but if you're planning on adding stuff, you know, if you want to get it really detailed, the bigger the better. On any kind of tattoos, like with like 10 people in one day or something. If you do like 2 days of that, you have like a whole month full of appointments already being booked in 2 days. So then I'll just slow down and I'll just focus on the work for a while again and catch up and stuff, and then kind of put them focus back on doing some consultations again.
It's nice to have that freedom now.
Yeah, man.
Like, what was it, a year and a half ago when I came?
Yeah, it's different. You saw me at the other shop that I was at then?
No, it was in this one, but it was like
Okay.
you had just gotten here.
Yeah. So I tried out a lot of different ways of doing things too since then, you know. But I had the freedom to do that. I'm kind of like tried doing it like just a walk-in style shop, and I don't know. It's just I'm only one person, you know, so to kind of like maximize my efficiency. I think you could do better when you do a lot of bigger stuff, you know, like you could accomplish more and feel better about what you do.
I was like, if I cut my skin or something like that, then that screws the whole thing up. So
Exactly, man. Actually, that was a good choice. A lot of people do that exact thing, and then you cause some kind of like irritation, because then, like, if it's a dude, you've never shaved your leg before, probably.
Exactly.
So it's like better just to leave it up to me. That was a good choice. So you got kind of dry skin, man. Whenever we're done, you're gonna have to put lotion on pretty often, even after it heals. But keep putting lotion on it for like a year or something. You know.
okay.
Do it all the time. You can't ever put too much or lotion.
I'll load up on it for sure.
Excited? Are you ready to do this?
I'm very, very excited.
Been waiting a little bit, right? We talked about it a while back, and then you had to save up a little bit. And
Yeah, I kept on like trying to save up money for it, and I just, I don't know, other stuff came up where I just wasn't really committed to it, I guess.
right.
So sorry about that, I did cancel on the
no, it's all
ones.
good, man.
But once I started doing, I started donating plasma,
Yeah.
and one day I just specifically said, like, I think I saw one of your tattoos on it, I was like, damn, that's badass, and I said, I'm only going to use this account to save for a tattoo.
So you gave a bunch of your blood to be able to get the tattoo?
That's right.
That's pretty cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's one way to do it. When I was in the army, they never let me really like give blood because of that too, because I always had a fresh tattoo.
Right.
They never let me give blood, and they'll take your blood to do tests and. What's up, everybody? This is Brian Briggs, and thank you again for joining me at my shop, Iron Tiger Tattoos, here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
The story is like, my little cousin was playing flashlight tag with us in like 7th grade or something like that. And he kept on calling me Big Sean because he was like 3 years old, wasn't great with words.
Yeah.
He kept on saying Big Shark instead of Big Sean.
Okay.
And I don't know why, but I didn't like it, so I told him to stop. But my friends were there, they heard, they saw I didn't like it, and then they started calling me that over.
Oh, of course, right? If you don't like a nickname, then that's when it sticks.
Right.
Like setting up all kinds of plans to travel and stuff like that this year, so
Ooh.
getting around and stuff.
Anywhere special?
I mean, we're going to North Carolina in a couple weeks. So yeah, that'd be cool. It's Fayetteville. It's like a home of the infantry and stuff. So that's where Fort Bragg is, where they train all the Army infantry guys and stuff.
Gotcha.
There's gonna be a really big tattoo convention out there.
I've never had one on the leg before, so I'm curious to see how it would feel.
A lot of people say this is one of the more painful spots.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
If you've never been to Mount Pleasant, it's a pretty cool little spot. It's mostly known for Central Michigan University. It's a really big college. Today, I tattoo in this episode a student from CMU. We've worked together a couple times. The last time we worked together, it was the Spirit of Detroit on his chest. So it's kind of cool, you know, always to work with returning clients because they kind of know how I do things, and it just kind of goes really smoothly. He came in a few weeks back, maybe a month back. We were talking about doing this shark on his leg. The shark kind of represents his childhood nickname. So when I started this tattoo, it all starts with like a really good reference. You know, the biggest thing I kept in mind kind of for this was that it was on a long limb, so it was on the back of the calf, and since it was a kind of rectangular shaped area, I knew I was going to need a shark that was at a certain angle that was going to work for us. So I searched through a ton of search engines, and eventually I found a couple different references that I put together. I think that's really key in getting a really unique tattoo, is having an artist that's going to have the integrity to not just pull off the easiest piece from the first page of Google. So once I got the perfect shark together, and it was like swimming up the way that I have it, and it kind of had that perspective where the tail was further away, so I knew I could build a lot of contrast in the shark itself. I wouldn't have to go as heavy with the background. So sometimes for a tattoo like this, what I'll do is take 2 drops of white and put it in each of the caps of gray, none in the black. Mix it up really good, and then it helps kind of see the difference between each gradation of gray a little bit easier. And when I start a tattoo like this, I don't necessarily start with the dark or the light. I just kind of start from the bottom and I work my way up. And the reason I do that is because I'm trying to keep my pattern as clean as possible and not wipe the pattern away off of the skin as I'm tattooing, and then I don't know where I'm at anymore. I'm kind of finishing the tattoo as I go. It also seems to help a bit with the pain for people because I'm not going back over a bunch of spots. So by the time we're done with it, we're actually completed with the tattoo. Once I get from one side to the other with all the black and gray, I left the background in this one for the very end. Sometimes I'll do that with the tattoo as I go.
Just right now, you know. Right. But I think my goal really, like, would be to like be a snowbird, you know, just have like half the year, and like when it's winter here and shit, just escape.
Absolutely.
You don't charge people and try to act like you're better than you are, you know. That's the people that bother me. It's like everyone has to be learning at some point in their career, so I'm not bothered by learners.
Right.
I'm just bothered by people that are liars, and they're like, yeah, I could do that portrait for you, and they it up, their 3rd tattoo ever, you know. They're like just crazy like that. I've heard some terrible horror stories before.
I really took a big focus on doing something as realistic as possible. We chose this black and gray style because I feel like it's the best way to represent realistic animals or people over time. Because color is going to be a lot quicker to fall apart. Black and gray is going to hold up way better over time. If you're going to get something really realistic, it's a lot better to get it black and gray because you're going to be able to see those details for a lot longer. Where I grew up in Central California is kind of a hotbed for Chicano art style. Grew up around some really major inspiration like that, guys that were doing a lot of religious tattoos, family portraits, a lot of name script stuff. And just in general, like some of the best black and gray artists in the world come from California. It's kind of like in our blood to be interested in that. Like you almost have to have a solid black and gray foundation to survive out there. Luckily, I learned from some pretty cool people, and I apprenticed at a really renowned shop for that style too, called Red Dragon Tattoos. And
I just get crazy because I'm a tattoo artist, you know. So that's like, it doesn't matter what the I have or whatever. Like most of the tattoo artists I know, we all have like crap tattoos.
When I started, I used myself as like practice for myself and other people, and then, you know, I practice on them, and I sacrificed my body so I could be able to tattoo better. If it took having to, you know, give my skin to somebody else so I could have a little of theirs, that's what I did. Lately, I've been putting a major focus on education, so what I've been doing is attending as many seminars as I can around the country. Right after this tattoo, I spent the weekend in Detroit at the Motor City Tattoo Expo, where I went to every seminar that they offered in the weekend. There happened to be some seminars on some of my favorite styles, like having to do with watercolor, and 3 of the best black and gray artists in the world came together and taught a course that I took on Sunday, and it was very informative, and I feel like it's going to be really cool to just add that into my game, you know, and anything I can do to just keep learning and growing is basically my focus right now. It's really kind of cool because Bob Tyrell and Marshall Bennett are just some of the people I've looked up to the most in that black and gray style, so to have sat with them for like 5 or 6 hours and just listen to them talk about everything from their equipment they use to the way they do the tattoo, and then actually watch them do a tattoo, it was life-changing because it showed me a lot of the stuff that I know I'm already doing right now, and it showed me just a couple things maybe I can try differently. Tattooing's like that. There's like no end to how much you can learn and grow, so only you can limit yourself in tattooing. The more time you put into self-educating, the better you're going to be able to represent your clients' dream tattoos. Like, you're going to be able to give them an even better tattoo than they even could have possibly dreamed about. All my products that I'm using are Eternal Ink, red dot cartridges from Eternal, so basically everything I get is just from Eternal Ink. I've been just using all their products basically, and then for a machine I'm using the FK irons. I've been using it for a couple months now, and I feel like I'm doing my best tattoos of my career with it, so I'm really happy with the switch. If you enjoyed this tattoo and you would like to get something similar, or you're interested in a cover-up or watercolor style tattoo, then I'd love to book a consultation with you. That's where we can get together and talk about your idea. I can quote a price for you, and you'll be able to drop a deposit and book your day. Right now I'm booking for May, but I'm meeting people for consultations within a week or 2. Text me to get started, 209-300-9334. Thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting Iron Tiger Tattoos. Please like and share this video with your friends. I'm Brian Briggs, and this is Iron Tiger Tattoos. Alright, so that was really fun. Crazy like how much white can add so much to a tattoo. You know, the details in the end are kind of like sometimes the most important part. But I had a lot of fun with this tattoo. Everything was really planned out. I took a lot of time kind of putting it together, so I was really happy with the way it turned out, and he was super stoked about it too. Thank you very much for watching.